Sagittarius. Better late than never, right? Anyways, I hope you've had a really brilliant 2018 so far. Did you like your overall yearly video for 2018? If you haven't watched it, go ahead and do it. They were very interesting indeed. And I'm also switching things up just a little bit for the reading for each month. I used to do a Celtic cross, now I'm doing a Celtic cross altered a little bit so I can actually talk more specifically about love and about money and career as well, because we want to get just a little more specific for you so you can know what's happening, what energies are coming in for you in those aspects. And I just noticed I forgot to put on my I'm streaming live, so I never seem to be able to do a live video with some sort of mishap, but there. Can you hear me more clearly now? Check 1, 2. Okay. All right. This is a little bit annoying here, but this is string. But when I stream live without this microphone, then you can hardly hear me. So, anyways, here you go, Sagittarius. Oh, and also my thinking cap. Now we're complete. Now we can go, Sagittarius. Okay. So, are you ready for your overall January energy? We want 2 cards for the January energy. I'll let you see the cards in a minute to see how that spread is slightly different, but it's kind of an altered Celtic cross. You can still call it that a little bit, all right? Okay, so I tuned in on you already. Before I turned on the camera, I meditated on you, and just to give you a little sense of anticipation, I have a little box for you where I wrote down the message, put it in the box, and at the end of the reading, it shall be revealed. Okay, so 2 cards we want for my beautiful Sagittarius friends. I promise you in the next readings, you'll be one of the first because you had to wait so long for this one, all right? 2 cards for Sagittarius. Let's get right into it. January. What's going on for the Saggies for January? 2 cards for the overall theme or energy for January. Give me 2 cards. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for clarity. Thank you for truth. Thank you for allowing me to trust the cards always 100%. Want to know what the first one is? The Chariot reversed. 3 of Cups reversed. Let's see what's going on here. Why is your Chariot reversed, Sagittarius? Are you a little tired? Have you been doing much too much in the last year? Where is your drive, your passion, your confidence? Is it lacking a little bit? Are you being a party pooper, or has your party been pooped? I'm sorry for those expressions. Okay, so this is just showing that sometimes, you know, it's like the energy goes down, the energy goes up, and it looks like January you have probably worked so hard, done so much adventuring, done so much last year that you're like taking a little tiny bit of a breather from your usual crazy, intense life that kind of happens to you or that you make happen. So I see this as the drive and the passion and the energy and that sense of exploring and fun and connection is just kind of taking a little time to come out again. It's waiting for you. Okay, these energies are there waiting for you, and maybe you're recharging a little bit. Maybe you're taking an easy flow into 2018, which is not too bad. Because when there's positive cards reversed, doesn't mean, oh, this is not this, this is the opposite. No, a lot of people think that. It's not true. I mean, if it were the opposite, a different card would come up. These reversals are like, you have this energy. This is so you, Sagittarius. This is you waiting to go where no man has gone before, right? On your chariot, waiting to just explode into the world with your ideas, with your sense of adventure, with your confidence, with your explosiveness. You are mutable fire. That's like a firework. You're always like a firework waiting to explode. It can be good, it can be bad, depending if you control it or if it can just be triggered by any little person walking by and going, whew, right? So this is you kind of sleeping, the sleeping beauty, Sagittarius, just kind of waiting to boom, to be triggered, or waiting to boom, decide to really come out and move forward. So I think this is actually pretty good because you do have the tendency to, the Sagittarius I know, Sagittariuses, Sagittarii, I don't know how to say it, but you are very driven. It's kind of like you have this inner fire that you're so driven, and sometimes you just go too far, do too much. You kind of, with this huge burst of energy, then you kind of, afterwards it's like, all right, so maybe do it a little more steadily. Maybe don't let yourself be triggered or go so suddenly all out. Maybe just like a little more of a burning fire, like Leo, your brother sign or sister sign, you know, this, which is more like a stable fire instead of explosive and just letting it all out at once. So that's why this is reversed. So yeah, work on that, steadying your fire so it can last longer, and then you can have more fun, and then you have more energy to do what you love. Then when you go to the party, you can let that explosive fire out and do some crazy stuff. So these two cards here, good positive energies waiting for you to be ready to unleash them. All right, let's continue. The sleeping beauty, the ticking bomb. Which one are you going to be? So let's see. Past energies, the past. Queen of Swords reversed. All right, so this is just part of this story that we're weaving, hey? I call them soul stories because, I mean, we're trying to manifest the best incarnation this time around. And so if we listen to our souls, if we let the soul evolve, if we let the soul speak, if we let the soul weave our story as humans, then we can have better lives. That's why I call it soul story. So this is actually part of this. Here, I'll let you see that table already. Look at this. In the past, maybe you have not been too smart in some decisions. That's why you're kind of a little bit tired right now. That's why you are sleeping right now. Perhaps last year, there's some things that you did that were not the best, right? Because of your fiery nature, sometimes the logic lags behind, and afterwards you're like, oh, why did I do that? So because perhaps you're in this energy, take a look back at 2017. Analyze it a little bit. You do have a brilliant mind, right? Analyze it. What is it that caused you to make some wrong decisions? What did you have a temper tantrum and then, you know, out of the heat of the moment said something, did something that kind of screwed things up a little bit? So think about that. Just think about last year and anything you did that might have brought you off the path a little bit. I mean, we all make bad decisions, obviously, but these cards come up for a reason for you every month. So it's like, sit down and think about it. How was last year? What decisions did you actively make? It's about your choices. It's not about what came into your life randomly, because nothing is random. You are responsible for every single thing that happens to you, right? You know, I believe that, and you know that it is true. With every single choice you make, you draw the next happening to you. So what choices did you make that were not good, that were not aligned with your soul? What choices did you make that were not aligned with what's in your heart, what it is that you know that's right? Because the Queen of Swords makes bad choices out of the heat of the moment or out of whatever reason. This is making good choices. This is making bad choices, right? So what bad choices did you make? That led you to a moment of perhaps tiredness, a moment of sleeping, a moment of kind of being a little disenchanted maybe. What was it? So let's get into here, this part. Don't you love the way the coins jingle? So I'm going to lay out 3 cards, and this is still the Celtic Cross, right? The here and now, the general energy, the past, the conscious part, what you have to be aware of, how you put yourself into the world. And that we do through career moves, through investments, through physical movements. So this is about career, money, business. And more underneath, the underlying, which is this position here, is more about the heart. What's in your heart? What's underneath? So let's go for this one, right? 1 central card and 2 flanking cards. That's what we want. 1 central card, 2 flanking cards for Sagittarius. Give me 1 card here. 1 and then 2. 1 and then 2. Thank you. 1 and then 2. Here, see, I'm shuffling. Remember, I flip the cards over, their program. This is the right way up. That's why I go boom, right? Some people made comments a while ago, not anymore, but just so you know. That's my method of cards, and it works beautifully. 1 card and 2. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. 1 card and then 2. Ah, there we have it. The sword is reversed again to its upright position from this. The Queen of Swords reversed. Bravo. I knew you'd come through. Sagittarius, you are so intelligent. You are smart ones. You really are smart cookies. Huh? Cookies, even an insult to you. Look, the Emperor reversed coming. Okay. Let's examine this one by one. But I like it already. The Emperor reversed. Sagittarius, do not rely on your employer or on the system or on the banks or on anything like that too much in January. Because this is the state and the system. Perhaps not supporting you how you want. So if you have anything going on that has to do with the system, all right? The system. Then just be very aware. Be independent. Don't count on it yet. Maybe you're waiting for something to come through. A loan, some sort of transaction, a raise in your job, an opportunity you've been waiting for, something like that. And it's just not the best time, or you have to be really aware of all the loopholes. You have to be hyper aware. Just think about that, all right? However it applies to you. Doesn't mean it's not going to work. It's just like the system is not going to be, yes, whatever you do, I'll support you and it'll work perfectly and smoothly and automatically. No, there's going to be a little bit of a resistance in the system. Remember, regarding job, money, real estate, business, all that kind of stuff, all right? But you have turned this sword around. You've learned from your mistakes. Or you have the opportunity to learn from your mistakes. You know how this thing works? You have to take the opportunities that are coming, or else it's not going to work. You have to always grab and be active, make good decisions. If you don't make good decisions, nothing's going to work. But you know that. You're smart. So look at this. You're going to get really good results, even though the system might be slightly resistant, because you can work your way around it. The King of Swords is so clear, even more clear than the Queen of Swords upright. The King of Swords is the mastermind. You are a mastermind. I know this. So Use your little head. Be smart. Don't blow off and get all excited and throw your temper tantrum. Don't do it. Just stay calm. And then that brilliant mind, that explosive energy will go round and whoosh, round and round and round and come to the conclusion of what it is that you have to do this month regarding your career and money. And look, you can have this result. If you stay cool, not rely on the system, not rely on authority, older figures, fathers, mothers, people who you think, are supporting you. Don't rely on them completely. Just be aware. Be aware. You'll figure it out. Then you're going to get good results. So good results are going to come through, even though the sleeping beauty is there in the center. But like I said, this is just the tendency, a little bit of that tiredness. But like I said before, you can make this happen anytime in January. It's up to you. It's really up to you. And it looks like you're going to do it. You're going to get that energy from somewhere. And you're going to be smart and you're going to get really good results. If we're talking about money, look at this. Look at this card. You see, this is a really nice looking castle or house in the background. These are people who are wearing expensive clothes, who are celebrating. So that's like very good. That is having good results regarding money, regarding decision-making processes or things that are coming around house and home and stability, good results. Wearing nice clothes, that means status, a lift in status, okay? So January, regarding that, is good. But your own inner resistance or passiveness or sleepiness or whatever, and the system going a little bit against you, but it's not major. It's not major. You can overcome it, and you will. If you just take a little bit of positive action there, okay? So, very good. So let's see. Let's look at love. Let's look at you. What's going on? Give me one card for love for Sagittarius. One card for love. Okay. Oh. Are you not feeling too loved? Is it this card? Are you feeling a little neglected? Are you not feeling as loved as you could be? Let's continue. Let's take a look why. Let's take a look at why, perhaps, what's going on there. So this this row here regarding love, this is obviously for romance, but these are, again, love energies. And if you're saying, I'm not interested in romance, then it applies to the people who are close to your heart. So this always applies to the person most close to your heart in romance, and out of romance, the person or people close to your heart, the general energy that you may be feeling, right? So for singles, couples, exes, you're feeling maybe just a little bit unloved, like a child that's been like sent to bed early. It's like, oh, you don't love me anymore. That kind of something like that. So let's see the other person, the main other person concerned. Let's see what's going on with them. Oh, Page of Wands reversed. They're not feeling heard and you're not feeling loved. Look at that. 2 pages. It's like 2 children pouting. This is interesting. I haven't had that combination before. So the other person is not feeling heard. They're trying to tell you something and you're not listening. And you're trying to get love and you're not getting it. So it could be that you and your partner are a little bit out of communication, out of the flow. That's why this card here came up. Okay. So, and look, you're kind of turned away from each other. Do you see that? This person is looking that way. You're looking that way. So you can remedy that very quickly. Listen to them, and maybe then they'll give you some love. Okay? Super clear and simple message. That's funny. All of you, the singles, the couples, Those who are looking for a relationship, right? Be a little more open. Listen. Listen to what's going on with the people around you. What are they saying? Are you open? Are you really, really open to them, to their needs, to their messages, to what they're kind of bringing to the table? And those with exes, ooh, oh, you gotta call that person up and say, okay, I'm listening now. And then maybe they'll be nicer to you, okay? That's for the exes. And for those of you with children, I mean, this is a lot of like child energy here too, okay? Those of you with children, have they been trying to tell you something and you haven't heard it? And they feel unloved, or the other way around? There's something going on there anyways with love, communication, not being heard. Okay, let's see. Let's see the third card, the overall outcome energy. What's going on there with this? Okay. All right. So this is interesting. The first thing that popped into my mind was turning the back. So don't turn your back. And the other person perhaps has turned their back too. Don't turn your back. So this is the Three of Cups. Again, this is the Three of Wands upright. So I think it's really important that you turn towards each other. Look, this is the person, this person has their back to you. These two are turning away from each other. So why is there this energy of turning away a little bit? Doesn't have to be huge. It depends what situation you're in, right? It could be more severe. It could be just little things, but that's just the general energy. Maybe because you're kind of been sleeping a little bit here, like, you know, maybe because you're affected a little bit at the moment, you know? So this is telling me that regarding love, relationships of all kinds in your life, turn around, face the other person. Look at them, listen to them. What have they been trying to tell you? What are their feelings? What are their expressions? Listen to them, talk to them, and then you'll feel the love again, right? That's what I'm getting for you, Sagittarius. Okay, let's continue. Let's look at, we want two cards now here. So pretend we've gone around the Celtic cross. Now we want two outcome cards. And we don't need these other cards because we've already talked in detail about those areas of life, okay? So give me two outcome cards here, two cards to finish weaving that story of the month. Sometimes the last two cards have been extra messages too. All right, they've been extra messages. Interesting how each spread kind of takes on its own life and does kind of what it wants. Okay, two extra messages for Sagittarius. Two extra messages, thank you. These ones. Okay, all right. So I see this as a progression of events, that because of this, you might be feeling a little disconnected, feeling a little unwhole in the beginning of the month, okay? It's like, why aren't things feeling harmonious? Why am I not complete? Why am I feeling this regarding love? Why is the system not for me? Why am I not getting the support? I mean, these cards are like, you might feel like you're not getting the support with the Emperor reversed and this reversed. It's like, where's my support? Why am I all alone? Why am I floating alone in the universe, all naked and no warm blankets and no love and no coziness? You might be feeling like this a little bit, right? But that's just, you know, that's just your feeling because you've been coming out of last year like this. But you can turn it around, and it looks like you will, because the Three of Pentacles is summing it up at the end. The Three of Pentacles, look, is yes, you're in the flow again. Things are working. You're communicating. You're agreeing. You're able to work this out. And look, this is kind of like, I believe, you know, going into February at the end of the month, even that support from the system is slowly going to turn around for you, because look, they're in a huge church and these are kind of official people. Like the monk is kind of he belongs to the church. He's part of the system. He's working together with these people. So I think things are going to turn around towards the end of January. Even though you're feeling a little discombobulated here, but I see this as a positive development in the end. So, yeah, opportunities to reconnect and listen and heal in your relationship. You know, and sometimes when things come to a point and it's a little bit of a, oh my God, you're feeling like that, then you turn around and then things get better. Sometimes there's a tiny little bit of a crisis needed to resolve things. So maybe that's what's happening in your relationship, but don't let it get too far. So, are you ready for your message? Let me see. You know, I forgot again what I put in here. Every time, except for in one reading, I meditated, I wrote the message, and then I immediately forgot what I wrote. So let's see. It's a channeling thing, I think. Let's see what I wrote. What did I write? How can I forget? I forget every time. Oh yeah. My messages have been kind of silly. The springing brain. The springing brain for you. The springing brain. You got a springing brain. Boom, boom. So that springing brain can work for you or against you, Sagittarius. Right? And I think you can make it work for you. The springing brain put in order and controlled a little bit and kind of put into good conduits leads to this, right? The springing brain put into bad conduits leads to this, right? So use your singing, springing, quick and expansive mind. Use it for you this month. Make it work for you. That was your message. All right. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. Sagittarius, let me know what you think. Remember, I do offer personal readings. In the box below, you can check out my shop. And there's a calendar, so you can always see exactly what my availability is for recorded video readings or live readings, and you will see when you will get your reading exactly. So no more waiting and waiting forever. It's all organized now. So if you have a question, something you really want to know, or if you want a forecast, an overview for the year for 2018, see what's coming up for you in general or in specific subject matters, you can connect with me and we can work together. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. It's always a pleasure to read for you. It really, really is. So I'm going to say something in German, Hut ab, which means I take my hat off for you. Ciao.